The new BC chapter is out, and while it was a short one, I do have quite a bit to say about it, because there's been a lot of concern, I guess, that's been going around the community. Well, towards certain folks in the community, about what could happen next. So as we all know, in the chapter itself, we see that Asta continues to fight against Lucifero. Lucifero is caught off guard a bit, but he's not concerned at all because, well, Asta still has no magic. So he deals a punch to the face, and then this is the important piece of dialogue here. Asta says, "It's a weird feeling. Before, the things we felt overlapped. Now it's as if they've truly merged. And so, it's not really about specific grudges now. All I know is that I have to take you down. I'm going to beat you, and live." Afterwards, Asta takes a barrage of fists from Lucifero, parrying it all. Then afterwards, he saves Yami and Noct from his grasp, cutting off his wing arms. Then we see Noct falling down, and he's like, "Is this a true devil union?" And Yami saying, "I knew you were interesting," as we get a little flashback to when he first recruited Asta. He's like, "Go get him, Asta." And then here's another important thing. He says 5 seconds left until Devil Union comes undone. There is 5 seconds left. Afterwards, he kicks Lucifero, and that's how the chapter ends. So let me move on to some of the stuff that people are talking about, right? So, first of all, people are talking about how Asta, quote-unquote, received a power-up in this chapter, and that's one of the reasons why they hate it. And I'm here to argue that it's not a power-up at all. If anything, it's more so he's finally mastered Devil Union. It's the same ability, but he actually has a better grasp of using it. Him and Libe were never in sync prior to this chapter. Now that they finally felt a connection, they felt like they're one. They're one person. Similar, because I said this before on Twitter, it's very similar to Yuno and Bell when they achieved Saint Stage. This is their equivalent to that, except it's Devil Union. It's also worth mentioning, because I went back to read some older chapters. For example, in chapter 273, when Asta and Libe were first making a contract, Noct says, "Yes, but only for a moment. You haven't mastered it yet." Which is one of the reasons, if not the main reason, that Asta had been left behind when they went to go invade Spade. He wanted Asta to have a better grasp of Devil Union. And then even after he fought the big demon in Clover, and then he arrived in Spade and defeated the twins, in chapter 291, Noct still says, "Devil Union. It looks as though you haven't fully completed it yet, but well done, you idiot." So, Asta this entire time has been using an incomplete version of Devil Union. And now that he's finally been able to sync up with Libe, he actually has a better grasp of using it. This is him actually using Devil Union. Before, it was practically an incomplete version. It's not a power-up, more so he finally understands how to use the form that he has. So, that's really all it comes down to. And, not to mention, he only has 5 seconds left. So, it's not like he can do much now anyways. Which brings me up to my next point. Asta saving Yami and Noct, also kicking Lucifero right after. People see Asta give Lucifero one kick and suddenly it's game over, Asta wins. Guys, we don't even know if that dealt anything to Lucifero. Lucifero took down all of the captains. He took down Yami, Noct, and Yuno. He took no damage from, well, practically no damage from everything they did to him. Asta giving him one kick at the end of this chapter isn't going to make a difference. He has 5 seconds left, sure, but we have no idea if that'll be enough to even be able to defeat Lucifero. Also, don't forget, Adromalek is still there watching. So it's definitely not game over if Lucifero is somehow defeated. It's actually really bad for everyone there if that scenario were to come to pass. Asta's 5 seconds? Done. No Devil Union. All of the captains, every single one of them, Yami included, along with Yuno, they're all down. There's nothing they can do. They're screwed. It's a bad scenario no matter how you look at it. Plus, that's just me talking hypothetically if Lucifero loses. I don't think he's losing at all. That one kick he did is no sign of anything. And I get it. People are afraid that this is going to have a super anticlimactic conclusion. People think Lucifero is going to be defeated, and somehow they forget that Adromalek is there. And that'll be the end of the arc. That's not how this works. I don't think Lucifero's done for yet. No matter what Asta does in the next chapter, I think Tabata's gonna make it appear like Lucifero's about to lose, but he'll likely either parry, regenerate, or whatever. He'll be able to deal with whatever Asta has to do within 5 seconds. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if he dodges whatever Asta has planned for the next chapter. So, I never understand this whole doom and gloom that happens every week whenever leaks come out and whenever the officials release as well. People seem to act like, oh, it's over. This arc is now trash. It's bad. The villains are going to lose in the most pathetic way possible. Blah, blah, blah. Guys, we don't even know how this is going to end yet. And I think it's fine to speculate. But the fact that a lot of you are... Well, not a lot of you. Some of you, because you're more of a loud minority, talking about how, oh, the next chapter, it's over. It's practically the end of the arc. Everyone goes home. Everyone's happy. We're done. No. Like I said, Dromalick's still there. That kick didn't mean anything. Lucifero didn't even look like he got hurt. And there's also the whole thing about the fourth sibling, the fourth Zogratis. We don't know anything about who that is or what they have scheming. And Vanica as well as Dante are still alive. So I still predict they're going to show up in the future. Xenon is the only one I'm iffy on. I don't know if he's actually dead. I can't say that for sure. Everyone's going to tell me he is dead because, you know, dealt that blow to the heart. But at the same time, I don't know. I can't say for sure that Xenon is out for the count yet. But there's still other factors to play in as well. I don't think we're going to see a big happy ending just yet. I think there's still a lot of danger when it comes to both Lucifero and Adramalik. So I wouldn't say this is the end just yet. But yeah, like I said, it's fine to speculate. But to have such a negative mindset every week, I mean, come on. Do you not get exhausted from having to feel this way every week when leaks come out? It not only exhausts you, because I know it exhausts you, it exhausts the fandom as well. Like, at least look at things from a critical standpoint. Because, like, this is not me saying, oh, you're not allowed to criticize Black Clover. That is not allowed. That is not what I'm saying. Like, having criticism is completely fine. I never have any issues with it whatsoever. Because most of the time when I see people criticize BC, they're actually pretty good takes. But I'm mostly talking about people who show up every week with leaks, thinking about the worst possible scenarios, thinking about how, oh, this is going to end badly. And most of the time, they don't even wait for translations or officials. They look at the images with no context whatsoever, spread misinformation, talk about how, oh, the arc is over, BC is done, this is horrible, blah, blah. At least have some patience, man. Have some context. And think critically when it comes to how scenarios are playing out within the chapters, especially when they leak. Because, I mean, honestly, at that point, if you're going to act that way, you might as well wait for the officials to actually truly criticize a chapter. Because the funny thing is, most of the time when the officials do release, a lot of the people who say this stuff calm down. Which, if I'm being 100% honest, if you're going to act like this, you might as well not wait for leaks. You might as well just wait for the officials, because this honestly might just ruin the experience for you. Leaks are there just so we can have a decent understanding of what's happening next. But it's thanks to the officials and our folks over at TCB. Follow them, by the way, they're great translators. To give us a good grasp of what's going on. Because we can't just base any criticism or even praise to a chapter when leaks are out. We don't know the context. We don't know a lot about it. It takes time for everything to be translated. And look what happened on Wednesday. Knight Baron accidentally said Asta's Devil Union had 5 minutes left. That's why this whole scenario blew up so badly. It was due to a small mistake on Knight's part. And she's human. Like, it's what, 4, 5 in the morning when these leaks come out? Especially with this chapter, which came out earlier than usual. Come on, man. Give her a break. You guys just need to calm down, relax, and wait for a proper translation from the folks at TCB to at least have something to say. But yeah, I'm going to stop there before this becomes a full-on rant. But that's basically everything I had to say. As for the chapter itself, it was okay. It was a very short chapter. And I think Tabata has earned his break. We got a lot of content last week, so I can't complain. So, for now, I know the wait is going to be such a killer, but as long as we remain patient and continue to speculate in a decent manner, I think we'll survive. But yeah, that'll do it for me today. Let me know what you guys think about the chapter. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? And what are your thoughts about what's going to happen next? I'd love to hear it. So yeah, feel free to leave that in the comments below. But yeah, here's looking forward to the next chapter. And until then, peace out, everyone.